that should mean that we're live.
Good morning.
Everybody, let me know if you can hear us all right, because as you can tell, we're doing things different today. Hello, everybody. Oh, yay, they can hear us. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Morning Ritual.
TTRPG talk?
I'm one of your
One of your what?
I'm one of your hosts, Noir. Clearly the one that does not have his shit together. Hey, and this is the other host.
Hi.
This is Anita.
That's me.
That's the one with the shit together.
I have the one that had to just rebuild everything and OBS. We got this. Though. We're here. We did it.
I just want to say for a hot second, I'm proud of my setup. It's very versatile.
It is.
And of course, we have a wonderful guest with us today. I almost said host. Why am I doing the talking? Please do the talking bit.
We've got an amazing guest with us today. Lynn, tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hey everyone, I'm Lynn, GremLynnArt, pretty much everywhere. I'm a trans illustrator and I do stream a lot, been streaming for a while.
That was an accident.
Did you just censor me?
Yes, I censored it.
It's like, oh, you saved me from some terrible shit.
Oh, keep going. I'm so sorry. I was worried about an echo, so I was trying to mute us.
No, it's fine. No, that was pretty much, yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, baby.
But yeah, illustrator, cosplay, streaming, craft building, that sort of thing. Everywhere.
I mean, and when you say illustrator, you have drawn for so many goddamn games.
Yeah, it's wild. It's surprising, usually. Considering like when I first did streaming stuff, I was really bad at like having art. So like people would be like, oh shit, you do art. I'm like, I'm doing a bad job at this.
I always feel bad because every time I'm in a game and they're like, man, we got to get some art. Yours is the first name that I always think of.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
See, here's why I feel bad, because like I'm in a couple of projects with you, and first off, I love being in games with you, but like during your outro, it's just like I do this, I do that, and I've got so many art projects, and in the back of my head, I'm just like, and you will have more.
Yes.
Oh, that's delightful. Thank you. Yeah, it is. I'm in a good spot because I just got finished with a bunch of them, so I'm in the spot where like the ADHD is not like tormenting me for like, like executive dysfunction and that sort of thing, which can be a pain in the ass when you have like illustrations you need to draw.
Well, I mean that's the other thing. You're so good and you're so fast. Give me your talent. I want to give you the basketball from Space Jam, so that I might have your art skill. Like I love you, but also take the ball.
It's like, oh no. Artistic angst. Take some of that. It's a package. It's a package deal.
I can only imagine the plight of the artist. I'm a musician, and like I know that angst very well. Every time I talk to an artist, like it always comes down to like my hands hurt.
Yeah, I think it's a similar place. It's just like we have less, like we can hide it less because we will be hunched over and our hands will be like claws. We'll like just like little gargoyles just like sitting over our desk, like, yes.
But I drew this for you.
I drew this. Yes. Do you like it? Does it work?
Please let me know if you have any suggestions or things.
And that's kind of the thing. Like one of the things that I want to talk to you about, which is like artists are the heart of our community. Like you bring all of our shit to life, even the dumb stuff. And it's just like, one, we need to cherish our artists, but two, there are so many stories of people fucking over our artists.
It is rough, especially now. It is weird and like fucked up.
And like I am so curious as to how you navigate that shit, because like if I were like I've done a few music themes for channels, and I've been fucked over, and so I kind of stopped doing the music commission thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you recover from a bad client experience.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just like once in a while you just have to kind of have like your list of things you need to do in order. Like I don't start without like contract stuff like written up, like just don't do. And thankfully most of the stuff that I do, I've at least had a relationship with the person commissioning a little bit. But yeah, it's always like, okay, I hope this goes good, because I don't want to go through like, a big like full week's worth of work and then just have something like really messed up happen. And it is honestly, yeah, it's super demoralizing if something has happened like that. But thankfully, haven't had too many of those, which is nice.
Always make sure that you pay your artists up front.
Yes. Yes.
Have fun, delivery, and tip your artists.
Yes. I mean, with anybody that does any sort of creative thing, yeah, like, or anything that's up front, in case, like, because you're working at, like, everyone that does production, anything that does that, they do work before the project even, like, gets going. So, like, halfway through, so much, like, even going through, like, the draft stage, you put in a ton of work. So, like,
Yeah.
upfront is more than.
Why are you looking at me to finish the thought? It was you. It's okay. You were looking at me like, help, and I was like, no. But oh god. Okay. So I want to know, did you get into the scene first as a role player, or as an artist first? Like, how did your journey into this this wild scene start?
Yeah, I came in around as a role player. Like, I didn't like I think it was like in like 2016, I think I started doing stream games. And that was just due to my home game not being kind of ending, and kind of like having like extended months of like not playing, and it's like I want to play. So a friend of mine, Power Score, like, we met through like the one of the D&D stream games as like viewers, and we just put up a inquiry like, who wants to play games. I'm like, you know what, why not? I'm not doing anything. I want to play a game. There weren't like at that point there weren't a lot of like ways to like get into an online game. So I was like, I'll give it a try, and I've been doing it for like ever since. But yeah, I didn't like artwork wise, I was like in a rut for like a year during that time. So like I didn't start doing artwork for games until probably like a year later, when I did one for our Witch Girls game with Little Red Dot, and that was like one of the first ones I think I've done.
Oh, that is a sweet bean in the scene if I've ever seen one. I was not trying to rhyme. The coffee is Jesus Christ.
that was like
I wasn't trying to. Sometimes I rap on you started by watching a D&D game, or like?
Yeah, it was the on the dice camera action thing was actually how I got into that.
I'm acting like, oh, I know what that is, but no.
It was their first official stream game, so like it was.
This show we don't talk about anymore.
Yeah. It was good, but yeah, there was thing. Yeah.
There was a masked person with hair my color that did.
Yeah, it was. Things happened, unfortunately, but yeah, the yeah.
There's some good and bad. Okay, yeah.
That's the one thing about like getting into shows sometimes. Yeah, like there's been a couple where it's just like things ended up messed up. I'm like, can't watch this anymore. And also like, but yeah,
it's wild how many projects are tainted by the legacy.
yeah.
Of dickheads.
Oof.
I don't know about you, but I've died some bullets.
Yeah, I very close proximity to a few of them. It's like, well, I don't want to like.
Oh, and when I mean dodge bullets, I don't mean like I was the problem. I mean like
Yeah.
I almost worked with people that were a problem. Well, that clip.
Yeah, no. I mean like that, but it's just like I've been like, you know, like being the degrees of separation were like 1 or 2, and it's just like, I just play the games, please don't.
I'm just here for the good role play.
Yeah.
Oh man, like, and you gotta dodge it twice because like you don't want to give your art to it. Like I feel like if I were an artist that did work for somebody that turned out to be awful, I would just be mad all the time.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like, I like this piece, but it's like I can't. It's like, God damn it! What the? I mean, it's a similar thing. Like if your art, you somehow find your art as like an NFT thing. It's just like, oh shit, or like, you know, someone's put it up there. It's like, oh, God damn it. Oh.
That's stolen by.
1 second.
Yep.
So sorry.
No problem.
There we go.
So, yeah, artists now have to worry about NFT. Y'all don't catch a fucking break.
No, it's like one thing I have to do when it's like when I get new people that follow, it's like, do you have 0 followers and are you following like 80, 90 different artists? Like, get the hell out.
If I
Yeah.
GM to you, do you think that means good morning to the blockchain? That's what I figured out the other day. Is anybody like people in that scene? GM stands for not game master, but it stands for good morning, which is
Yeah.
how they say hello to each other. So they don't say GM.
Yeah.
Doesn't
God,
it feel like
that
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, there's one thing like that, and also like there was a precursor to that of all this like NFT stuff was like this would look cool on a T-shirt. It's like, oh, yeah.
You can't say that on the internet or
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
You can't say that on the internet, or else you'll have your art stolen and put on.
Yeah, it is.
My favorite, though, is the counter troll to that was they would just make sure it was a picture of like an obviously copyrighted character like Bart Simpson or Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
From a specifically litigious company. And
Yes.
be like, this would look great on a T-shirt. I think there's one where it's like a picture of Mickey Mouse and it's like, I own all rights to Mickey Mouse. Fuck the Walt Disney Corporation.
Yeah.
Like that. And
yeah.
like,
There was one where like they started doing that with like people's NFTs are just like, I would like this on a T-shirt. I'm like, yes. Have these two things fight.
Doesn't it feel like we have to learn about more and more awful shit just to avoid being stuck in the awful shit?
Yeah, because I was like that with like, oh, what's this thing? And I was just like, oh no. God damn it. Another thing.
I love tokens. And I was like, ooh, NFT are tokens. I'm so excited. And then I read about them and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. And it's just like they're always like
tokens.
Yeah, they're awful. And it's just like, yeah, we like we'll this was good for us. Like, nah, this just stresses us the hell out. This is all bad.
I don't want to fuck with any kind of token that can't be used to play Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes.
That's the rule.
Now, see, I want that on a t-shirt. The only token I'm interested in an arcade token.
So, is there a particular project that you are the most proud of right now?
Pooh.
And how many NDAs are you under? Give us all the information.
I'm not under that much, but God, I'm honestly really happy the way that like the stuff I did for you came out. Like that one has been like one of the things where people have used that as examples of like things they want, like styles they want. I'm like, thank you very much. The
Kingsguard art makes me feel real feelings. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm this. Well, actually, I was the only reason that I haven't done it yet is because I want to ask permission. Can I use that portrait you did of me on a business card? Don't feel pressured because
Oh
you're
yeah, no,
afraid of
of
literally
course. I mean,
thousands
yeah,
of
that's
people.
fine. That's
Okay,
fine. That is 100%. That's good.
not in front
But yeah,
of
the one of the other
awesome.
ones I'm really like proud of was the I got to do like character design for the Hero Quest game that came out,
Oh, that's awesome.
and they gave me like because I did the Warlock, and they were like, "Do you want to do a Warlock?" It's like I'm like, "Yes." It's like, "Do I have influence?" Like, "No, just do it." I'm like, "Yes,
Like
I
I
will
feel
do this."
like if you're doing stuff for like a company or corporation that has a game, like a big game, they should be throwing you some kickbacks. Like here's some merch and loot.
Oh, I got a bunch of things. I got one couple of the big boxes of that things.
Hell
It was nice,
yeah.
but there's a little bit of vanity in there because like I was like I want to do a character I can dress up as.
Mm.
Mm.
So here's the question: if you could do art for any property,
God.
who would you pick?
Ooh,
Like any game system, any like Star Wars, Marvel, anything at all. Who would you pick?
ooh, that's a
Honestly, I think personally, I think with your art style, I would love to see your take on the X-Men. And I think you like if you got to make a brand new mutant, you should make one that looks like you so you can cosplay it.
thanks.
Correct.
Yes, but yeah, any God, I love games. I love like animation stuff. Like I think it'd be like it's killer to be able like to have an opportunity to see your character like animate, like doing character design stuff. I think would be like amazing.
Hell yeah. Like man, like every like after every session, I just especially after watching the Legends of Vox Machina, I'm just
Hmm.
like, if this could be animated in Lynn style, I would shit myself to death. Like I would just
Oh,
be
thanks.
so happy. It's just like, oh my god. Uh but
God,
I
that
think
I love because there's so many good people doing like art for like just being able to like I don't really watch on the regular, but like just seeing everybody's art, like God, this is amazing. This is amazing stuff. Damn.
like I think the Legends of Vox Machina is gonna inspire a lot more people into getting more art for their games. I think it's kind of showing like the power of seeing the stories that we tell at the table come to life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious on your take on Legends of Vox Machina. Like how what like during this whole process as an artist seeing this, like what are you thinking?
I think for it's it looks really really good. I think for like I think people like for something that was probably like because animation is like wicked expensive. I think that whole thing of people are like we expected more from like the what was it the Kickstarter? It's like no, that stuff costs way more,
I
and it
can't
looks really
even
good.
imagine how much that costs to put together.
It
Like,
is it is wild how much like it is really expensive to like do animation, and they got a good studio to do it. And I mean I had a little bit of difficulty because I think the tone in the first two episodes was a little bit threw me for a loop. But like once it got to like the Briarwood stuff, like
mhm.
I was all it got rolling again.
I think people were really surprised by how visceral and violent.
It was very like I'm
Yeah.
fine with like Castlevania and that sort of thing, but like it was just very like gory from the get go. Like didn't really expect it.
Yeah, I think the reason why the tone is so starkly different from the first couple episodes to the last couple episodes is because they're trying to introduce new people who don't know these characters to these characters,
Yeah.
right? And so they're
Mhm.
trying to like appeal to the broader scope of folks. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. And
And it's
I think that that's sort of what's leading into the fact that they're like the tone's so much different than the rest of the show. But I think once they get you hooked with those first couple episodes afterwards, it's all great.
yeah.
I
All
Yeah,
will
because
improve.
Yeah, because it's really hard to like kind of like get all that. Like, as someone that like as a GM, I hate the first session
Mhm.
because you get to do all that stuff, and it's like it's hard. It's very difficult to kind of organically set that stuff up. So I get it, but like it's hard because like yeah, their first like sessions weren't streamed,
Right.
and they're going from that thing. There was a big chunk between like that and where that Briarwood arc goes,
Oh yeah, like
and it's interesting.
the whole arrival at Craghammer arc through the Underdark to the city and then coming back. But yeah, you can know, like Morshadi said, you can tell that there's a lot of material that they left out because they're
Yeah.
curating it. They're curating the story.
Yeah, because you have to like condense everything.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that this show made me realize, especially in terms of the violence, because I've talked to a few people that were like shocked by it. They're like, how do you want to do this is a tagline, and it's not like
Mhm.
how do you want to do this, you know, to give them a tickle. Like if you go back and listen to some of the how do you want to do this, they're all brutal. And I think that's something that we don't really appreciate in our TTRPGs is just how brutal we are as players.
Yeah.
I know you and me. Like if
Yeah.
they were to animate some of the shit that we've done,
It would be bad. It would be like, we have done some
Crimes. You're both criminals.
yes.
Criminals have
yeah.
finally been caught and convicted.
It's a stealth mission. I mean, it's still you're still undetected if everyone's dead.
Like I said earlier, you're undetected if you kill everybody. Nobody can hear you if they're all dead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Dead, blind, or deafened. Like, you know, we do it all.
Morshadi's like, are we the baddies? It's like, yes, we are. We are probably the bad, or at least two. At least my character is. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think the other two think there's some in our spy game think they're still good.
Odin still thinks he's a good guy.
For context, these two are in the spy game together over on Black Cats.
Yes.
All Black Cats. And last episode, would you like to do a brief rundown of what you two accomplished last episode? It was a stealth mission, wasn't it?
I
heard
it was a pursuit with intent to liquidate. I think that's what the
yeah, there was
liquidate as in turn people to pulp. Yes.
There's this guy that's doing this thing where he inhales and then it's immediately followed by an exhale, and he keeps doing it, and it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. So me and Lynn worked to try and make that stop. You know.
Yeah, we exploded him 3 times. I shot at him. I think you dumped like white phosphorus on him.
Yeah.
He still ran away.
How was the helicopter involved in this?
Helicopter tried to pursue us.
Yeah, when you blow stuff up, you know, sometimes the cops come, and sometimes they come in helicopters. And
yeah, you got that 5th star in GTA.
In the helicopters have a spotlight on you.
Yeah.
And some people can't handle bright lights, and so I turned them off.
With a
drone in C4.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have the clapper. Some people have a drone in C4.
It's your second helicopter that you downed, so like you know, you should just stop sending helicopters.
That's what I'm saying. Really, first time's on me, second time's on you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you always need either an RPG or Warlock.
It is. It's a little wild that like we somehow like fell into playing less like similar roles in the be prepared thing. Just
yeah, I know.
Not as evil.
We every time we get together, it's just chaos and murder.
Yes.
You're my murder buddy.
Well, it's my character is like, you don't like your initiative order? Here, your initiative order is better now. Let's fix that for you.
That stuff rocked because Roll-20 tried to screw us so badly that session. It was just like,
You're both dex-based. You should be able to just do things.
Well, sometimes Roll20 doesn't work because there is a group that I like to call the Illuminati, led by Danny, that sees to it that we get terrible rolls. And we can't say anything because he's so legendarily thick that you get distracted by his yams when you want to yell at him.
True friendship is someone who will help you get rid of the body.
So another question that I've been wanting to ask you is that, are you a self-taught artist or did you learn school?
Yeah, I went to art school up here in Rhode Island, like for illustration and like comic stuff.
Oh, so are you able to do illustrations?
Yeah. Technically I have fine arts thing for that does absolutely nothing. Like, you have something, baby.
Can I just say I relate to that answer, which is like, yes, but I don't like it. like that's like if somebody asked me, can I play jazz? Yes, do not ask me to do that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Can it be done? Sure. Will it be done? Probably not.
AJ just threw the words Kingsguard comic into the chat.
Well, if you got Kingsguard comic money.
Yeah, AJ, you got Kingsguard comic money?
Or else I'm going to make the comic book with stick figures and you're just going to have to figure it out.
Yeah. That's how she goes.
But, so I'm kind of curious, like, how well were you able to draw going in versus coming out of college?
It was kind of a just like a consistent incline a little bit. It was just more you're learning ideas from basically everyone else. Like, I would say, like, it's not necessary. But it was good. Yeah. Okay. Because you're just forced with like a bunch of other artists and you're just like constantly like picking, like helping each other and kind of picking apart everyone's stuff.
And this is purely I'm not a good interviewer, so this is purely a giggly question. Did you have to do that thing where you drew people naked?
Yes.
What?
All the yeah, that we had several. It's just like, yeah, we have to do that. It's weird because like your brain will like switch into like, this is a still life and I'm doing something. It's like, it just kind of like you get in a mindset where it's like, it's normal. I'm just like, this is an art thing.
I'm a giggly bitch though. Like, I always giggle, so I know that I would get kicked out of that class.
I will say there is no more uncomfortable session during life drawing is when you make prolonged eye contact. Like, they just get in a setup and they just look at you and it's just like, oh, okay, this is I don't know. It's like, I don't
behold my donger.
It's like
that's why I can't ever draw still life. I'm sorry.
Morning, Kappa. You came in and behold my donger.
Yeah, you get, I think it's like, it's art school, so you just get very, very just used to like nudity. It's just like
that's the thing, is like, you kind of just you get used to it.
I watched too many sitcoms where that's the setup.
It becomes like background noise eventually. You see a donger. Sometimes it's just how it is. It's clinical after a point.
Not for me, baby. Not for me. Oh God! Thank you for sharing. Sorry, I've lost the plot. Because I'm just imagining, especially with the prolonged eye contact, some guy like doing an elaborate pose, glaring at me with his dong out. Like, It'd be great.
My eyes are up here.
Oh God. All right. Sorry, I'm back.
It's worse when like it's like it's the second like when you're drawing someone and then you realize that someone else in the studio is drawing you doing it.
What?
It's just like
Well, yeah,
what the
'cause you
fuck?
sign up
It's like
sometimes to be the model. Sometimes you
like
are the
I mean
artist.
they didn't
Sometimes
say
you are the
anything.
artist.
Yeah, they just want to like draw someone like sitting at an easel and just like I don't know what to do now. This is
Yo,
weird.
that would freak me out.
Yeah, that happens so much. It's like you'll be in a like a critique and just like you look to your left and you make eye contact with someone else and you realize that they have been drawing like your profile for like the last like 10 minutes. It's like what's okay. So I'm gonna go back and like
It's
look.
like a standoff, like
Yeah,
the whole time I had you in my sight.
It's like do you want me to like look back? It's like now I can't stop looking at you either.
So here's another question that I've been curious about, which is like you are 100% responsible for getting me back into building Gundam. Are you
Sorry.
It's really all right. I've been learning master grade and all this.
Oh, you've gone there. Oh
yeah,
boy.
you
Which
ruined
one?
You ruined
Which
my
one?
life.
Which one?
The one right behind you, Death Sight. That's the one I'm looking for.
That is a beautiful. That's a good one to start with. It looks terrifying, but it's not the hardest, not the most difficult one.
Well,
it's cool as hell.
I made the mistake of deciding to only put them together while I was absolutely shit toasted. So
oh, extra degree.
Yeah,
extra
so
degree.
It's much harder. You can stop looking for it, babe. I put it away.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is like how I've seen you draw people. I've seen you draw like tieflings and all sorts of D&D creatures. Most recently, I've seen you draw Puppy Adventures, which is the fucking most adorable goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. How easy is it for you to transition from like a humanoid to a puppy adventure to like a Gundam? Like, could you draw? Well, I mean, I guess that's a dumb question, but like, how much of an adjustment is that for you?
It's a different. There are two things I think that artists in general like don't like drawing.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed it because it's like if you look at commission things, there's a couple like I will not draw so and so and so.
Like gore, not safe for work.
Yeah, not to safe for work. Mechs is one of those. Mechs and horses will be some, and maybe bicycles will be one of those things.
Yeah.
I didn't know Mechs was up there.
Mechs and furry art is usually up there as well.
I think it's robots just because like anything mechanical, you have to be on top of perspective or it looks real messed up. If you look at like, you know, those Gundam, like bad Gundam like cells, it's because perspective has gone out the window and it's very, very, very easy to draw a mech that is just it looks messed up because somehow you're off a little bit like on perspective. I think that's why people, and also they get very fiddly and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's so many fucking angles and lines. And it's the same thing in like spaceship designs where it's just like when I see somebody draw it well, it's like,
yeah,
wow. But when I see somebody draw it poorly, it's like,
yeah,
I can notice that.
Because it's like I think if you mess up the base, like one part of it, like one important part, the rest of it just friggin' falls apart, and it's just like you look at like, I can't go back and fix this. I would have to start over. It's like I have to burn this.
No one can ever know.
So these will be good if I ever have to draw mechs because like I can just like pose those and use those as like a skeleton a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, use them as a text write-off. Like
God, yeah, everything is yes.
Oh my god,
it's for reference.
It's for reference. Everything sword reference.
Mm-hmm.
Get more sword.
Cloak reference. It excuses a lot of things that, you know, on a regular day. It's like, you don't need this. Like, you don't need a lightsaber. It's like, yes, I do. I need one.
It's for
art. Also, because it's a light source. Double. It's just how you end up with stuff.
That's the other thing. You're one of the role players that I admire because like you get in the costume and like you like inhabit
Oh,
the character.
thanks.
And you get like little pieces of it. You ever look back at your closet and go, "Holy shit!" Like
Oh
I've
no,
got
I love it. I love it. I love having so much like costume stuff. It's
oh man.
great. But yeah, for me at least, I need a piece of a costume to like get into it. If I don't have like something, it's hard for me to get in the mindset a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed I'm kind of the same way. Like I kind of lean on the costumes now, which is
Yeah.
very helpful.
Yeah. There was a wig that I have. It's the one that I use for Nyx. That thing has a storied history because like vast majority of characters that I play in that wigs are absolute trash. Evil monsters. It is my evil wig.
You can feel
Like,
the evil as soon as you
like
put
it has
it
been,
on.
yeah, it is like, yes, this is what this.
Didn't you use that one for Mallory as well?
That's a different one. That's a
Okay.
slightly different one. I have two slightly. But yeah, it is like absolute. I play a lot of like I think that's my zone is like the part like the team monster is like where I like to like live.
But it's such a good spot to be because, like, I adore characters like that because I've been in so many games where people are just like, "What's the right thing to do? I don't know what to do. We're just kind of waffling here, trying to figure out the right way to go." And characters like that are just like, "I stabbed the thing. Can we move on?"
I want to kick in the door.
I like the tempting of like the better character like to do something like, you know what? It's easier this way. It'll be easier to do what we do if we don't have to worry about this person. Just this once.
Here are the ends. Allow me to justify these means.
Yeah.
So like in particular, like in our game in particular, the spy game, like I highly recommend to everybody. Follow Black Hats Gaming every Wednesday. It's a good time. Like I am very much the chaotic side in that, but Nyx is such a reasonable professional that you legitimize a lot of like the chaotic stuff that I do to the rest of the team, and it's so brilliant to see. Like, yes, was it loud? Sure, but here's why it had to happen, and like I watch you tempt and bring everybody into the phone.
I'm trying. I am desperately trying to get a 3 to kill someone.
Is that your goal for this game?
Yeah.
we got a 3 to tase and knock somebody out. We're almost there.
Athrina is is like the person in the chair, our little like techie person. So it's just like I think half the hit points of everyone else.
At the end of last session because someone fucked with their laptop.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Like to tell you how long and how hard we've been tempting. Season 1, I gave Athrina, our hacker, their laptop has rocket keyboards, like rocket keys. So Athrina could press a button on their laptop and the keys shoot out and blow somebody up. I want those used. I want her to kill somebody with their laptop.
Yeah.
But yeah, tempting characters in your party, I love that. That's not something that I do personally, but I love watching you do it, and especially because I'm already on your side. It's just like, do it.
One of my favorite things was I did a Blades in the Dark game, Ashes in the Embers. Definitely check that out. It's one of my favorite things. I played a spider that was just like the most calculating, intense evil. And I had a really excellent sword fight / talk with Duval's slide, and it's just like it was wild. Like I don't know, like it's those moments where like characters kind of take you over a little bit. Like I don't know what it was. It was great. Like it was just like, do you want to do this? How far are you willing to go? You can always back out now. Because if you don't, you're gonna die. Yeah. There was a moment because I'm playing a good character in his Eualia game, his Redwall game, like a little squirrel. And I think I slipped into my Blazing Dark Spider's voice for like a split second, and he like stopped. I didn't realize what was going on at that time until he told me, like after the game. It's like, oh, I didn't realize. It's like I think it was there's a little bit of sarcasm that character like expressed that like slipped into that tone. I think it threw.
Oh, but that's the mark of a good character, where even just the slightest resurgence of them can like shake somebody. Like I love that.
I accidentally slipped into another character's voice when I was playing Yenna the other night, and I was like, "No, that's not Yenna. That's not Yenna. That's not Yenna. Okay,
Yenna.
let's
like,
pull it back."
Because I think it's hard because like my baseline for my voices is honestly Grey Griffin's Azula. It's basically like my RP like voice when I base everything. So it's like it's easy, it's very easy for me to slip into that tone, like that evil tone. That is also my GM voice, honestly. It's
You know what? I kind of like how you describe that though, where it's just like this is the archetype of the character voice that I go for. I didn't realize it until you mentioned that, but like I kind of do the same thing with different kind of character types. Like my favorite villain voice to lean into is freaking Kurgan from Highlander.
yes. Oh, that's Clancy Brown's. Yes.
Yes. Like
yes.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you how much it shook me when I learned that he was Mr. Crab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He does so like he does. Yeah. Someone told me that like as time has gone by, that is what a majority of people know him as. It's not like it's not like any of his like bad. It's Mr. Krabs. It's wild.
Not Lex Luthor. It's
Yeah.
not.
Ah, Lex Luthor is so good.
How fucked up I was. Like I was done for the day. I'm like, Kurgan is Mr. Krabs.
Clancy Brown, baby.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I love those ones like, no shit, that's that person. Oh my god.
Who is Mr. Krabs?
From SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Because,
you
like,
ready, kids?
I'm like, I've watched an unhealthy amount of cartoons like throughout my life. So like that's the thing about like Critical Role is like I kind of like I watched I came at like the very beginning and I knew exactly who all these people were. They were like big voice actors. So it's like it never was like, oh, these are just people. No, these are voice actors. These are professionals. I'm like, oh.
I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of annoying though, because like every time I play a game, it's just like, God damn it, Travis, stop telling me what to do. Because Travis always plays the character that's like, you have to go to the castle. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the most messed up thing though is like when like someone you know is a voice and it confuses you.
I played Crimson Spires specifically to yell at D. Like, you will romance me, D. It's fun having friends that are doing voice acting.
Yeah, because I what was it? I played like was it the Baldur's Gate 3 and it's like the narrator's just like Millie.
The narrator,
like, this is
or
Millie. Yeah, Millie. It's like it's just like and it's just like it threw me into like streaming mode like real hard. It was weird. I don't know.
It's funny because I played I played Cursed Captain game with Billy.
Yeah. Oh.
And like there was a couple of times where her character disagreed with my character. She was just like, fuck off. And I'm just like, I just got told to fuck off by the narrator of all this game.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is.
Like, I think the most like surreal thing I've ever been in was I think it was Wandering DM, like a Witcher thing.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow they had got Doug Cockle to play. That was weird. That felt,
you played with Geralt?
Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to say something. Just like I played so much of that game, like, you should say something.
I can never play with, because I just be like, you better stop talking, but this gets real horny.
There was it got there because it was like they ended up being like a like shirtless like wrestle match. I'm like, this is between like the two Witcher. I'm like, okay.
Like I watched them play a game of a TTRPG game where he was playing Geralt, and it was just, stop it. Cut it out. You trying to get sticky? Speaking of sticky, nope. That's not a
segue. That's not a segue.
That's not the segue? Okay.
The second half segue. That's what that means.
Everybody start your twit loggers. I'm canceled. All right, so here we go. There's a question that I have to ask you, and we're about at the hour mark, so we're just gonna drop the bomb. We're just gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
There is a war in the TTRPG community between those of us who believe that dice don't belong in your mouth. Some people believe that you should crunch dice. You should put them in your mouth and crunch them, and it's disgusting. I need to know, Lynn.
And then there's some that believe that you should just swallow the whole set.
What? What?
Swallow the set.
No, we're not doing that. We don't acknowledge those people.
We don't acknowledge the swallow savior?
No. So I need to know.
Oh my god.
Lynn, my bestie, my friend. What side of this war are you on?
I'm gonna have to say, crunch those dice.
You're a dice cruncher, Lee?
Yeah.
Well, it's been a fun episode, everybody.
Actually, no. Screw that. No, do not eat those dice. Okay.
Yes!
Do not eat those dice. Absolutely not. I gnaw on things. Do not. It will mess up your teeth.
Yep.
And you know what? I've been around enough. I've casted enough things. I am terrified of that shit.
That's right.
Resin is bad.
Stop the crunch. Are we stop the crunch?
Also, you might as well. This is something like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just take a key off your keyboard and just stick it in your mouth, because that's basically what that thing is.
Are we team stop the crunch?
Yes, absolutely. I am mad that so many people are for the crunch. Like, it's been like a bunch in a row. I am so mad.
Thank you. We out here. Team stop the crunch. That's right. We did it. We got one.
You roll them in your hands. You roll them on a table. It's bad. No, do not.
Suck it, Morshadi.
We love you, Morshadi.
And where's Kelsey? Is Crochet the old lady here? Or Crochet the old lady? You can suck it too. We got one.
You've had so many in a row of Team Crunch. I felt bad.
So many Chaos Gremlins in a row.
I was wondering what was going on with our booking. I'm like, why?
I feel bad because like I gnaw on pens and stuff like that. I should not, but like dice, I will
Because other people are gonna roll your dice. I don't want to touch things that's been in people's mouths.
Fair. Valid.
That's gross. Don't do it. Don't put dice in your mouth. You nasties.
Unless it's candy dice, fine, good.
Candy dice are fine.
That's what it's
Go
for.
ahead,
That's
eat
what it's
those.
for.
It's because it's not like you go put a candy dice in your mouth, spit it out, put it in your dice bag, and then I'm gonna go, can I see a D20? And then I get a half gnarled D20. Ugh. Oh,
I would
just thinking about it got
absolutely
shit.
I would hate to have like a dice and just like there's teeth marks on that dice.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Eat the candy.
Eat candy, not dice. You gross. You nasties. That's right. We shaming out here today. Ooh. Now
Especially
I've
not
got to
the
ask you
D4s.
the other question. And this is the question that gets guests real mad at me. And if you get mad at me, I understand.
All right.
If you could play any TTRPG with any 5 people that are alive right now, who you picking and who's the GM? And what game are you playing?
Oh, okay. First of all, no one remotely famous. I know myself enough that it would not be fun for me. It would stress me the hell out. I would be worried about messing up so much that I would just be like,
This
might be
sitting at your table, huh?
no, it would be like, okay, cool, okay, don't be weird, to the Rock or anyone. If there's 5 people like that, I will have a heart attack.
Yeah, you know what? The more that you mention it, the more I'm like, yeah, my imposter syndrome would fuck me up.
I've had like just from just right, it's like it would annihilate me, I think. But I think it would have to be anybody that I play with. I just want to be comfortable in a game. So any of y'all, anybody that I play with on the regular would be fantastic. Someone that I've been playing with forever, Laugh Love Lindy is one of my favorites.
Oh, I love Laugh Love Lindy
so much. I think she was in one of the first campaigns we played. I think I played the longest. We've been finished up 2 campaigns, and just it's the same thing. It's like we both kind of feed off our the chaoticness. Oh, she's so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she gave me a masturbating ghost neighbor.
We had an underwater pole dance competition with Sahagin.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah.
All right, so Lindy, good call.
I think honestly, GM, say Dot is GM.
Dot is the GM.
Good choice. Good choice.
Also chaotic.
I would love. You know what? Now that you mention it, I would love to sit at a table with Dot and Lindy. Oh, that would be nutty.
we did a 5e Tomb of Horrors like that, and that was one of my favorite things. It was
okay.
But yeah, some I hate to people there's so many people I love to anybody in that Black Cats area. I've played with them forever.
Oh yeah, everybody there.
Susie, V, Sam, everybody like that. Y'all
I'll count them as one.
Yeah.
You're not getting off that easy.
People that I haven't played with, I've only played once. Hamna is really delightful to play with.
Who?
You played with them in the Cursed Captains game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just, we played a off-stream mask game. It was fantastic. We were just supportive. I was a trash person, and that was so much fun.
As is our go-to. I think you and I we're just trash people. That's okay.
Yeah.
You made your peace with that.
This is who I am.
Yeah. Think.
Last person.
Oh. You know what? I'll say you because it's like chaotic. This is a chaotic table.
That's fair. Okay, so nobody makes it out alive is essentially what I'm hearing.
No one makes it out alive. This is maybe a nightmare, a GM nightmare, maybe. But I trust Dot.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
And last question. If you were just the god of TTRPG for one day, and you could make any company disappear, or you could like make a new company appear, you could do whatever you wanted in the TTRPG space. 24 hours. What would you do?
Unionize game designers, writers, artists.
Yo, how has that not happened yet?
It's hard. I mean, it's hard with freelancers, getting freelancers together and like having, because like it's more difficult, I think, than having a specific company. Like, but it would be good to have like those protections for just everybody and being able to like make a living off this thing a lot easier.
Hell, especially the artists, because everybody needs to, like, I'm so proud of the workers for Paizo having gotten together.
That made me so happy.
And kind of shown that it's possible. I just wish that, I'm not saying that nobody's following their lead, but I wish that it would happen faster.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's a thing where like you can, there's a pool of people like that. They have a idea that you can be replaced like very quickly, and that gives you like less power to like kind of negotiate your stuff, because it's like
a consistent fair wage for artists in the space, so that way you know that you will be getting consistent work and paid consistently.
Yeah. And the possibility for like, you know, in this specifically in this like garbage fire country, like some healthcare stuff would be nice.
Absolutely.
For freelancing.
I mean, one of the things that has recently come out in the TTRPG Twitterverse is there was a particular company, and I can't remember the name of it, and even if I could, I probably wouldn't name them. But they had their advertisement for writers out, and they were paying 1 cent a word.
Yeah.
With the promise of your pay will go up in time. I'm like,
that's not not
how this works.
That's not at all how that works.
It's like I don't understand how we've gotten to the point as a country or as a society or as a people where we can see such non-livable wages being doled out to people in the midst of the gaming boom that we're in the middle of right now.
Yeah. I think it's across the board for anything that's like creative. It's especially hard because your skills fall under fun to other people.
Yeah.
And so like, oh, it's fun, so we don't have to pay you as much.
But I mean, it's the people that see the profits from this as fun are the ones that are making the most money.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's still work. It's still like it. Yeah. Like it destroys your body. Like there's there's so many people that have like back issues, like especially like hand and wrist issues from that. Like it's carpal really easy to have carpal tunnel from it.
Yeah, I just it's diabolical, and I think like the most of the blame lies on the people who are like posting jobs paying 1 cent a word. But the other thing is, I think that just like as writers, as hosts, as players, as artists, we need to be more transparent with okay, here's how much I'm getting paid versus, how much you're getting paid. And we need to
Mhm.
find a nice consensus as to don't do anything for less than this. Like, we need to
Yeah.
start helping newer folks understand their value, like,
Yeah.
understand their worth.
And one thing that you can't do is you can't like kind of like pull up rank when it's like it's the writer's time to like
Yeah.
try and get something together. It's like you support them. Like don't let like it's like don't let them like turn like writers versus artists or voice actor versus like
Right.
it's
I mean, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. Like, one of the big things going on, just in general pop culture, is the voice of Bender is not coming back because, as he described, he's not getting paid enough, and the cast isn't getting paid enough, especially for the value of what they do. Like, Bender, like, just Bender merch alone could probably sell millions, multi-millions in a year. Why aren't they getting like, why aren't the artists, why aren't the voice actors getting a taste of that? Like,
Yeah. But
so,
then he got misquoted in an article and said that it's because he wants more money, but no, he wants better funds for the entire voice staff.
yeah, but
yeah,
it's rough.
it's tough. They'll it's seen as like the assembly line, like especially if you're not you're kind of in that production where you're not like necessarily visible like on the media. It's like it's like yeah, special effects, they'll do that for a thing. It's like
Mhm.
I mean, and here's where I think all of this is diabolical. I mean, they've already put out a cast call for Bender sound alikes,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So if you're a up and coming voice actor, this is a big gig for you. Like, this
mhm,
could potentially be life changing, but it's also a scab position where your big opportunity comes at the cost of another voice actor and the industry, if you think about it. But
mhm,
it's also your big chance.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
rough. Like, ugh,
You yourself have somebody has to eat.
right.
That's like subsist, and that's not the person. Like it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. I just it just capitalism eats artists. It's essentially
Yeah,
what it is.
Captain. Yeah, is. Oh yeah. As I get older, it's like it is. Looks like it's worse and worse. Like as just like see how everything this feeds into everything. Like I just want to subsist, draw. That's it. Like just do work for.
I mean, because it is a skill. It's a fucking amazing, and it's amazing talent, and you should be paid for it.
Well, there's that meme thing where it's like someone like draw me so and so, you do it in 5 minutes, and they're like, I should pay you less for that because it took you for like I went to I did work. I did so much work to be able to draw that thing in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like it's like they're not realizing that they're not just paying for the time, they're paying for the time before that, where you had to
Yeah.
actually put in those hours and build up your repertoire and build up your portfolio and build up the skills to be able to do it
Mhm.
in a short amount of time. But you still you still have like university bills to pay. Like, you still probably have like your student loans. You still have your everything that needs to still. So your time is valuable, and people need to understand that. But the thing is
Yeah.
there's you just put that in Photoshops.
Yeah.
I can hear your inner graphic
Oh.
designer now.
Yeah. Oh. The photo. The magic Photoshop. It's like yes. I put this line art in here. I press the button. It's
I've just
done. It's like
pressed the
that's
button
not.
and instant art.
Yeah. If you look, the one good thing is like one of the art programs like Procreate like has an ability where it's like it records like a time lapse of your art,
Mm-hmm.
just so you can see like every once in a while someone posts something like that, and you just see how much like adjustments and stuff goes through it. It's you just see like the amount of work that goes into it. It's not just like, oh, this person like drew line art and then colored. It's like this person adjusted, flipped things.
Yeah.
Just has like a million layers. It's like, yeah, you can
Like
see.
most amazing drawings that I've seen with the Procreate GIF are like drawn like 20 times over. It's just like, oh, okay, they started.
The most slightly demoralizing is when like it stops for like 5 seconds and then they just restart the thing. It's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because that 5 seconds was filled with cussing.
That was easily that was like in the way that time lapse. It's like 10 minutes of in program. So even though this person shut this thing off and just thought like, am I got to restart this thing? Shit.
All right, let's just erase the whole thing.
Yeah.
Start all over again.
Oh,
Here we go.
Because it's hard. Like, I mean, I still work a full-time job, and then I love doing it, but sometimes like it's the hardest thing for me is like just having the energy to like do it, because it's like there's some point where you get home, you do all this stuff, and it's just like your brain's like, you would like a nap now. It's like sleep time. It's like, no, it's like this is at like 7 p.m. It's like, no, I should probably do this. It's like, no, sleep, lie down. It's like, or play this game. It's like, no, brain, no.
And Kappa Z Cat saying, it's been real hard asking, hey, is this a paid position?
Yes, that's.
Ooh.
Oh.
I made the transition last year to really only accepting paid work for paid shows. And there are some shows that I had been on that weren't paying, but like I enjoyed the experience, so I stuck with them. But generally, I'm trying to only do paid stuff because I'm running out of time.
Yeah, like time is like, especially if you're like you're doing this for a living. Yeah,
Right.
Your time is. I mean, even more so because it's like it's subsistence. Like,
yeah, it's
your job.
And that does involve saying no to a lot of things that I think would be fun. Because I love playing TTRPGs and whatnot, but like, yeah, I especially somebody like you, Kappa. I've seen your talent. You need to be getting paid for this. Like, it's hard to ask for money, but you deserve it. Like, I mean, in a capitalist society, you gotta eat.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I mean, always, if that's the way that you're gonna go, you got to brace yourself to be able to ask that, and also ask your peers. Like, again, this is where we need to be more transparent about the business side of things, about like how much are you getting paid, like what do you charge, what are the expectations, and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing is like especially like in like these sort of industries, like is not to necessarily view everybody as like your rival in there. It's hard because it's
God,
like,
I hate that. Like, one person's success does not take away your success. We should be partners, not enemies.
yeah. I would say that art, like most people in art community are pretty good about like, it's like if someone messes with someone, everyone just comes out like with knives most of the time, because like everyone's like is like, do not mess with us. We have so little. We are tired. We are stressed.
Around.
Yeah. Oh, that thing. Yeah. Oh, like, yeah, the circle of commission and like getting artist commissions. Like we are passing the same amount of money to each other.
It's just a pool at this point.
Yeah. Oh, that's just bless furries and their like the amount of money. So those are the people that are the most, and will not put like the most amount of like pushback when it's like, oh, that's your fee, fine.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
I'll just probably have to save up a little bit.
So I'm very curious about art commission etiquette, which is for example, if I have gotten an art commission from somebody and I have a friend that's just like, hey, I really like that art, I kind of want to get it too. Is it appropriate for me to go, hey, this is the artist I got my art from, and this is what their commission were, or do I just send them to you to let you do the commission price? Because I understand commission prices may change. I understand life circumstances may change, and that's always been something that I wondered. And I know that you're not the end all be all in
Yeah.
terms of like how to talk to your artist, but I'm just curious about your perspective on that.
On like sharing other commission prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least for me, it's you know what? It might actually be good. I'm just saying because we, as valued by said industry, will undercut ourselves brutally. And if you bring someone else's art, there's a decent chance that they will that they had a higher commission that you were giving, which is a really sad truth.
So here's what I have been doing.
Yeah.
Just to be completely honest. I usually say their commissions are around, and I'll say the number that I paid and then add an extra 25 to it.
Yeah, oh, that is
So that way
that is as God's work, honestly, because it's like if we are allowed our own, like, at least for me, and like I know this is decently common, and we do not value our own art. That's like,
I know. I was charged.
oh, it's because like in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, we like this is beautiful. It's like in your mind, it's like, this is awful. I see the errors in it. It's like,
no,
it's like,
your
it's like,
art is beautiful. Stop it.
And it's just like,
Won't let this happen on my stream.
I mean, the only reason that I do that is because, like, I've been in situations where people are like, how much should I charge for, like, how much is your music commission? I'm like, $10, and they're like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Here's $100. You'll value yourself and you will like it.
Because
so I kind of just want to set up other artists to be able to be like, oh yes, when I usually charge like $50 for this, you're willing to pay 75? I'll take that 75.
Yeah.
Like,
if it's too low, we'll probably say like,
yeah.
And that's not a big deal if we say that, because if it's like we're used to, like if it's too high, someone will it's fine just like to say not do it. It's just like, just absolutely do not like try and like negotiate down or throw a big fuss, because that is the worst place to be, is like when someone's like, can you go? It's like, oh, it's like, I shouldn't, but money. It's like, I was lucky in the fact that like with most of my professional work, like I have a couple of people like that do that are in charge of those things, and they have taken me aside and like, you should charge this much. I knew you were going to charge less. You should charge this much. I'm like, really? That seems like a lot more. It's like, you should. Like,
That's
cool. And then they do, and it's like, it feels great.
Tipping like at least 50% more, because I'm like, you're charging too little.
Yeah.
Here is more money.
Yeah, because I went a couple projects, I threw a ballpark. It's like, yeah, you should add a bunch. I'm like, really? It's like, do it. And it's like, okay. And then it's like, it's fine.
For this much, you're charging too little.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, the artist community is really good at plastering annoying negotiating dickheads on Twitter.
We have to, because we don't want to you get those, and it annoys the chat. You just want to you want to shame that stuff before it becomes too, like, if they figure out it works, you will not hear the end of it.
But don't you want to be paid in exposure?
Freelancers died.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh, it's the worst. It's like, I can't eat that. I'm
gonna be the next Critical Role. Don't you want to get in on this early?
That is thankfully, as illustration, at least for people that do you have the hurdle of everyone in your family asking if they have, or everyone that has a children's book that they want to do. And that's the first hurdle you have to get through. So like by the time someone comes up to like critical, it's like we've heard that shit before.
Hey, you're good at Photoshops. Can you design my brochures? Are you paying me for it?
It's like pay. Yeah, it's like, you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll pay you $20, and I'm
Ooh.
not gonna give you any of the copy,
Yeah.
any of the photos, or anything you need. You can just whip it up in Photoshop, right?
Yeah. It's brutal. Oh my god. Ah.
I love that graphic designers and artists have the same page.
Yeah. Although it's like it's tough because like people sometimes I know there's a bunch of people that probably like have like cross, but like because they're good at one doesn't necessarily mean like you're good. Because it's like people ask me for like art design, it's like I can't do that. That's the different skill. It's 100% a different skill.
That's the thing, is like a family member hit me up to design a logo for and it wasn't even like a paid project. It was for the chance at winning a $700 prize.
Oh, those are those are bad too.
Those are
like
the worst. Because
Is
like
that a thing that people
it
do?
is a thing, because
It's a thing.
what they'll do is they use it to crowdsource artists rather than actually paying someone for their time and for what they're doing.
It's big companies too that do that. They do like art for
like if
contests. It's like
if you want it, just hire the designer.
You have the money. I know you have the money. You made.
Well, yeah, through my email, there was a contest that Photoshop was putting on with Billie Eilish, and it was designing merch for her new tour.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a chance at a prize. But if you have to read the fine print on these, because every single time these come through with fine print, the fine print says that if you submit, they own your design.
Mm-hmm.
You don't own it.
Oh, so she just got a bunch of free designs.
So you just got a whole bunch of
free
people to just design your shit for free.
It is,
and
yeah,
because
functionally.
they own it now, they can use it at a later time. They don't need to pay you for them. They definitely don't need to pay you royalties for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just depending on like artists, young artists, to like kind of like not necessarily know any better, and like just get like free design or free artwork and stuff. Like it sucks. There was a game thing, I think, that like, what was it, for one of the games that like they're setting up a I think it was like for Ubisoft, they're setting up a company where it's like, yeah, you can submit concept art or artwork ideas and like we'll use it if it's good. And it's like, you ain't paying these people.
It's kind of funny because it's been made clear, especially during the pandemic, that when all else fails, everybody relies on artists, whether it's visual or audio. Like when everything got turned upside down, we all turned to art. And instead of us realizing that and embracing artists and going, oh man, we should make your life a little bit more comfortable,
because what you do is valuable.
Instead, we were just like, how can we suck the soul out of more artists efficiently? They're kind of treating artists of all ilk like cattle, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, because it's like especially with like streaming stuff, like there's all this animation coming out, and it's like I know for sure that they don't pay very much, because like there's been a couple especially for like Netflix, they had a couple series when like the studio unionized, and it's like, we're dropping this show.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's like,
there's been a couple projects. Yeah, if they decide that they're gonna, like, the studio unionizes, Netflix will just drop it rather than actually pay them their union rates.
And like, animation is expensive.
It's hard
because it's hard.
Yeah, because I initially, like, going into when I decide what I want to do, it's like, I'm going to do animation, and then it's like more and more as I like, it's like, oh my god, I have to draw this thing like 800 times, and it has to be like great every. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. It's like, okay,
Like,
I respect anyone to the nth degree, anyone that can do that.
Anyone that has the patience to do it. I used to do it. I used to animate just for fun when I was younger, and I was like, I'm not good at this, but anybody who has the patience to actually do it well is top tier in my book.
isn't they just drawing the same thing a bajillion times over with tiny increments of changes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Usually, what you'll do is you'll do keyframes where it's like there's like 3 or 4 separate poses that you have, and then you do a transition between the poses.
Could be me. Nah, my brain wouldn't let that work.
So like,
No.
anyone that does mech stuff with that is just has my heart, because like that's stuff on top of that. It's just like, that is the hardest shit. I'm so like, thank you for your heart, for your incredible work.
Hey, I'm getting sick of people disrespecting CGI artists like that doesn't count. Like CGI artists working their fucking ass off too.
It can, yeah. It's having done that. It's a lot like people are like, oh, you don't draw it, but you still. It's like puppeteering, and so that's still animation and stuff like that.
Like I worked with Poser for a little bit just to see if I could try and figure it out. That shit hard.
Stuff falls apart so easily. Like you push something the wrong way, and it just like
it's hard to make it look natural, because like one button press into the arm is like all the way back there.
It's
just like, oh my god, what did I do?
That Z-axis is something I can't get my mind around. It's like even sculpting in like 3D, it's like my brain does not work that way.
But like it does feel like we are on the verge of a revolution, in the sense of, Paizo unionizing. There are the film union. They did their push. I think a couple of CGI artists decided to do their union push. I just hope everybody just says fuck it until everybody's unionized.
Yeah, hell yes. Like this, especially
Watch this
like
gets me fired from something.
I mean, just like the last, like certain things just become evident over time. It's like this is like unacceptable at a certain point. It's like.
We've been at this for about an hour and a half. Do we want to take a quick 10-minute break to be human people? And we can be right back at this into the dark road.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, we are going to go ahead and take our break. We'll see you in 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
All right, we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Bye.
Bye. I mean, they can do that countdown, I think. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Tiny Corn Dog.
Welcome back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of Morning Ritual, aka the Dark Roast, where we talk about more serious topics, or at least that's how we pitch it, but it never really goes that way.
No.
So, to kind of just stay true to the Dark Roast, I have to ask you, could you tell us a little bit about your worst client experience as an artist in the field?
Oh god, I had this one that just would shift what they wanted all the way through the process. Like hard swings, like totally different characters, and then never actually paid all the way. That was early on. I haven't had like that one in a while, but yeah, it's the one. It was like the combination of incredible amount of revisions and then being extremely picky. Like I'm usually good with like
fish for more work than they actually paid for.
I think so. Yeah, those are pretty bad. It's just like ungracious and like just vampiring your time and like money. It was bad.
Give me their at. We just want to have a
Oh
conversation.
God,
We just want to talk.
We just want to talk.
I have banished that person from anything. That person it does not exist in my universe anymore.
What is? I'm so sorry. Of course, because my house is filled with props.
Yeah. Oh.
Conversation.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's great. Oh hell yeah. I got a sword. I got like a rapier, and it's like then I discovered like I have like noodle arms, and it's like this is heavy. This is still heavy. It's like it's like a light weapon. It's like I could not hold a great sword. This was not meant for me.
So I have a great sword, a rapier, and a long sword, and I much prefer the long sword because rapiers are surprisingly heavy. I don't know
They
how
are.
they're finesse weapons.
Yeah, they're thin, but they're heavy. I don't understand.
I thought you were gonna come back with a different sword.
Oh, I could have, but I didn't.
Oh God, yeah, I'm reluctant to do any revisions, even if it's like something tiny, because it's just like, once you get into the groove, I don't want to fucking knock the artists off of what they're.
I mean, yeah, if you need something fixed, I mean that's like I'm for at least me, I'm usually pretty like if you need something, yeah, I want this to look like how you want it to look.
Mm-hmm.
And if we need to change like eye color or like stuff doesn't look right,
yeah,
I'm more than fine with going through because I've had some where it's like, okay, this isn't necessarily looking. It's like, okay, just tell me what you want. I want this to like, because on one end I'm getting paid, but I also want you to have like have it look how you want it to look. And it's like if you're like I would prefer to know that like, if things aren't going right, because it's at the same time it's partially your vision of what you want to look like.
exactly.
Yeah. I love that we have a weapon expert in our chat. Great sword should be more than 6 pounds when done right. Really?
I love people that know these things because I wing it so much. It's like, okay, this looks cool. I have no idea if this is like real or not. This character's probably holding it wrong.
That rapiers are supposed to be heavy because they aren't fencing foil. Fencing foil is supposed to be light.
What the fuck? I feel like a lot of the game system, like the game designers, really need to have a weapon expert in the room.
I said foils. It just the captions picked me up as foils. It's not picking me up as saying foil.
So is there a favorite character archetype that you like drawing more? Like, do you like drawing armored characters or like stealthy characters or casters more? Because I feel like... Okay.
Ooh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like melee characters would be harder to draw, kind of like mechs, because the armor...
Yeah, plate looks cool. I like drawing them, but it kind of like it skirts the edge of like this is almost a mech. But I like spellcasters because you can draw spells.
True.
Spell effects are rad. Because it gets you to do like really like I did one that was recently that was like all spellcasters. Like I'm gonna have weird lighting. I'm gonna have colorful lighting because you don't get opportunity to, and spells let you do like just wild stuff.
That was one of my favorite things that you did with the portrait for my character, Yenna, is that you gave them like the beautiful, brilliant, like almost Renaissance portrait halo.
Mm-hmm. You know, I should check because it's like backlighting is like decently like hard, but I definitely wanted to have that because it looks cool as hell. I should probably figure out if I still have the time lapse of that one still.
I would love
like,
that would be so cool to see the time lapse for that character art.
Yeah.
You knocked
but yeah,
that one right on the
spellcasters are good because they have flowy clothes and stuff like that most of the time, and it's like it's good stuff.
I'm about to tell on myself, but I've got to ask this question. Have you ever gotten a commission and you like started it and you're like, I really like this design. In fact, I like this design so much. we're just gonna restart this commission and I'm gonna keep it.
This is now mine.
I haven't done anything like, but like there's certain archetypes that like I like the way this like the way certain aspects of stuff like I'll keep this because it's sometimes somebody will bring up a design that like you wouldn't have thought on your own. It's like, you know what, this looks good. I'm gonna keep this just as like a type just for an option later, because it's like there's certain like combinations of like, now that they put together, like I wouldn't have thought of this, but like, you know what, I'm gonna for the future maybe.
Hell yeah! Like I've done that a couple of times with some theme commissions where I'm like, I like the way this sounds, so we're gonna start over.
Welcome in, Omnis. Welcome Raiders.
Welcome, Omnis.
Hey. But I might have a question for y'all, because I like I don't know how common this is. It's something that I do a lot. How often do you do a similar character but in a different campaign? Do you like reuse like a character?
Ooh, same character, different font.
So
yeah.
I do that a lot, and the reason is, I don't know if I would recommend this to other people, but I have my own continuity, and so every character that I make for any game that I'm playing is part of that continuity. It's just like, this is like a side adventure that they're doing, but eventually I'm going to return them to my world to like continue their story in my world. So I've had characters that I have played in multiple campaigns that I will probably play again because they haven't gotten the ending that I want them to. So yeah, I do it all the time.
I try to keep my the personality types wind up being similar, but as for the looks for my characters, I generally try and make each one look a little bit more individual and different. But I wind up playing Chaos Lords quite a bit.
Yeah, like when you ask that question, the first character that comes to mind for me is one that has been growing on me a bunch, which is this detective, this like paranormal detective, Gunther McHammer, who's just a real piece of shit. But I've played him in like officially 3 games now, and like he'll take something from every game, and that'll like add to the costume. But for the most part, yeah, I love bringing characters over, so that way there's like a little bit of a backstory that I have for them in my mind.
That's great, because yeah, I do this similar thing where like I will like consider like I'll play a couple characters like in different campaigns, like, but I like think of it as like a draft, different drafts of it. It's like there's certain things I want to do with it, like that I don't think maybe I didn't have the chance to. Just gets me like it's you're not starting from like, you know, scratch, and you feel like you can like improve on things.
Yeah, like, and they've existed, and so like you can kind of reference like vaguely some of the things that they've been through before. You know, I know that there are some GMs that don't allow that. Like I've encountered that where they're like, I want a brand new fresh character for my game, and I'm like, okay, I'll acquiesce. Like generally I'll let them know ahead of time, like, this is a character I've played before, and if they don't mind it, then hell yeah. Pancake Thief, is that the Pancake Thief? Is that my buddy Pat? Like,
Hey.
I'm sorry. Oh god.
Oh no.
Pat is one of the first people I played D&D with. Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Is that the one that you were the Butter Gang bandit?
No, but that Butter Gang. You always bring up Butter Gang Bandit. That was a long time ago. Anyway, sorry.
I love like, yeah, people that you have to show up. It's great. It's so fun.
But No, like I absolutely, I absolutely love bringing characters over from one game to the next. In fact, I'm gonna probably have to talk to you at some point about drawing Gunther McHammer because I love
Oh
him so
god,
much.
I
yes.
will say that I
Hammer.
have one character that I have been dying to bring into a different campaign,
Mhm.
but I'm just waiting for like the right GM at the right time to bring her back.
Uh,
Yeah, I miss her so much. I miss my little
Uh,
chaos sorcerer.
oh, nice. I will
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I will say that like the character I played in the Crownlands was one of those characters, and that character has been like the most chaotic character, like despite being good, just a total like trash fire in every campaign. It's
I was thinking the same
I have to ask you: does the system that somebody like? I'm trying to figure out words. So does the system that a character's in inform how you draw them at all? For example, like D&D versus Mask or Mask versus Blades in the Dark, that kind of deal. Like,
thing. Oh, does it
it
affect the style?
yeah.
it does because I think there's certain like there's a certain feel that each game has just by nature of the setting, like by nature like Blades like it has that
I want to play Blades so
that
bad.
more
Dark and gritty,
kind
kind
of
of.
dark and gritty, and Mask just kind of like by the genre, like I will lead more into like the line art, the way the aesthetic of a comic book, and
That
D
Oh,
and
that
D.
that same four color style.
Yeah, but yeah, Blades is great. Blades, I that is maybe my favorite game. I love it so much. Yeah.
I want to play it so bad.
Oh, you haven't played?
I have yet to play Blades in the Dark or
Oh my
any of
god.
its variations. And I want to. Like I want to, but right now, like I'm hyper focusing on Pathfinder.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
It I'm
How
not
you
gonna
like
get
in
into it.
Pathfinder?
Well, you opened up the floodgates now.
There you go.
I love Pathfinder. So just because when you go from like D&D to like a lot of the D&D clones, you get the same character classes. Your
Hmm.
fighters, your wizards, your sorcerers, all that kind of stuff. And there's really not much variation from there. There are
Hmm.
classes in Pathfinder that don't make sense. Like, but they don't make sense in the best way.
Yeah.
Um, I think the best example I could give of that, and I promise that after I explain this class, I will stop gushing about Pathfinder. But there is a class called the Oracle, which oracles get their power from mysteries, like the mystery of life, the mystery of fire, the mystery of bones, that kind of stuff. And they get these really supercharged, almost game breaking spells. The problem is they start the game with a curse, right? And the more they use these really powerful spells, the more the curse amps up. So, like, you can use your really powerful ability, but it goes from a minor curse to like a major curse, and from a
Oh.
major curse to extreme curse, and then from an extreme curse to like you're overwhelmed and you can't use it anymore. And the
Oh.
curses add such flavor that it's just nutty.
Like the life, you just leak life everywhere.
Oh,
Right.
that
Yeah,
stuff's
if you're
good.
an oracle that studies the mystery of life, the first curse is that all of your healing from somebody else is half. The next
Oh.
level of the curse is nobody can heal you. Only you can heal you. And then
Oh.
the extreme curse is every time you do a spell, there is a healing burst of 3 levels lower than that spell that you cast that just comes out of you and heals everybody within a 30-foot radius around you, including enemies. So it's just like if you use like a level 8 spell, then like a level 5 healing burst comes out. it just heals everybody around. So it's very interesting, and you don't get that kind of flavor uh in fifth edition. So I'm just very excited about it, and I want to master the system so that when I do invite people to play with me, they don't need to know all the crunch. They don't need to know all the rules. I'll take
Mhm.
care of that. You just tell me what kind of weird idea you want to do, and we'll put it together.
Yeah, there is some wild stuff. I haven't played the newer edition, but like I wish for casters there was something as just like strange as like the witch class in Pathfinder. I mean, it's not like I from what I've heard, it's not like mechanic, but like I want prehensile hair. I want to walk on my hair. I want to be like Medusa and like like have like
It's funny because like one of the last feats I read while I was studying it is that you can like your hair can like you can use your hair to open doors and stuff like that. And there's a whole feat tree about basically you become Bayonetta. Like that's
yes,
essentially what
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
And like you
good.
don't really get that kind of option from fifth edition. And that's not shitting on fifth edition. Fifth edition is very straight to the point. Everybody gets what's going on here. Let's play the game, whatever. Pathfinder is more like, you want to make some weird shit, bro?
You want to be a cross between Venom and Ghost Rider. Let's
yes.
do it.
Oh. Yeah, just like I love the option just to be like strange, just like this is wild stuff. It's like it might not be kept, but it's fun. Sometimes that stuff is just like so fun. So fun.
I mean, I very much appreciate the idea of like you're a wizard and I'm a wizard, and the way that we do things is completely different. And like in fifth edition, if I'm a wizard, I pretty much know what your wizard can do, and you know what my
Yeah.
wizard can do, and like there's like maybe
Yeah.
one or two minor differences.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But in this, it's just like you have no like. Why is the wizard? Why does the wizard have an animal companion? Why is the wizard able to change into a wolf like a druid? None of this makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, my big thing with a certain class is I wish they pushed warlock stuff way harder. Like I like fuck me up with this patron. I just like
Warlocks are so yummy. Like warlocks are so yummy in fifth edition, and I feel like they're almost perfect. They're like almost there, but I feel like there's something missing.
give me my toxic demonic relationship that I want with this thing.
I want to build a warlock that has like a very positive, affable relationship with their patron.
It's like you're
I
my
mean,
bud.
it is
You're my
possible
bud.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got each other. We support each other. Like,
The whole backstory is like the parents basically gave their firstborn to this patron in exchange for power, and the
Mhm.
patron was like, "No, like hell with you. I'm
Yeah.
taking this baby and raising them because like you obviously don't know what's best for them. You
You're-
you tried to sell your child for power.
you tried to,
What is wrong with you?
you get nothing. You get nothing. How dare you?
No, they're much better off with me.
This is my child. This I will treat like I will raise the
Basically
child
just Child
right.
Protective Services, the
Yeah.
warlock patron.
Yeah, it's like I will look over you for the rest of your life because your parents tried to sell you, sell you to a otherworldly being.
You're terrible.
So I had this was a one shot that I played a while ago. I had a fighter warlock who he started off as a gladiator. Um, he was forced into being a gladiator, and he did so well, and he became such a fan favorite that the crowd was his patron.
Oh, that's fame. Oh, that's
The roar from the crowd.
you
Pretty much,
you gotta do stuff. Yeah, you gotta do stuff to like please that patron. You gotta perform for them.
like and the coolest moment I ever had with that character was like he won a fight and he wanted to spare the guy that he was fighting, but the crowd wanted him to kill, and so everything went black, and just everybody in the crowd's eyes started glowing yellow, and they all started saying in one voice, "Kill, kill." And like he was trying to put down his weapon, but because the crowd is his patron, uh
I've been in like crowds or like sports game where like they just chant. Yeah, that is powerful stuff. That is ooh, hell yeah.
I the flavor of I'm gonna get in trouble for this because like Warlock is not my favorite class, but it has the best flavor out of all of the D&D classes. Like out of all of them, like you don't get more flavor than you do with a Warlock, and that's rough. Like even watching the Legend of Vox Machina,
Mhm.
Percy only has one level of Warlock, but the flavor from that one level,
That's a strong, like, yeah, you get that is a strong single level of something.
like it's delicious. And I think that Wizards could, in their next edition or whatever they're gonna do next, I think they should take a lot of lessons from the Warlock class and add them to the rest of them. Because if you take a look at like everybody likes playing a arcane trickster in for rogues, right? But there's not flavor there. You're just a thief that can cast spells.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like this the amount of like ammunition you get from like Warlock or like from a cleric or a paladin, and like you have that stuff built and just lean into that. That stuff is always
Paladins are my favorite. Paladins and bards are my favorite class.
I love bards. They are terrifying. I have never played a more terrifying than with a bard. Like a glamour bard is like the most.
If you could be any class from 5th edition in real life,
God.
let's say level 20, what class you picking?
Oh, I would be divination wizard. I think would be a.
That's a good.
I should not have the power of a level 20 like glamour bard. That is bad for anyone. No one.
I gotta pick monk.
Yeah.
I gotta pick Way of the Long Death monk. Just so like, I mean, with a monk, wherever they go, they're fine. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like somebody.
You can't be hurt.
Hand.
Yeah. Like someone shoots an arrow, shit's not happening.
I think he
can't fall.
Bullets. It's wild.
You know the answer.
Sorcerer.
Oh, sorcerer.
Wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah.
Why would you pick wild magic?
Let's get wacky.
I have a story for wild magic sorcerer.
I am an agent.
I am the cautionary tale for the chart.
Okay, let's
when someone says, "What's the worst that could happen?" My campaign. My character was like 17-year-old, like gothy, like wild magic sorcerer, and I rolled on the chart the surge thing that makes you roll like multiple times.
Oh, to keep rolling?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my deeply cursed dice 4 times rolled on the age.
Oh, so you kept getting older and older and older and older?
No. I rolled high on the decrease age every time. So at the end of this thing, my character was an infant. We were level 4. There was no way to there's. So my character left that campaign as an infant. She was evil as hell. So like in like 16 years, that is going to be an evil child.
The thing is, the character, that infant is still level 4.
Yeah, that's an evil. Yeah, that's a
Are you able
big
to
bad guy for like a later campaign. Like this is a problem.
So in 3.5, if you're aged backwards, you lose
Your
intelligence
intelligence.
and everything. But in 5th edition,
Edition.
you don't. So that means that as an infant, that character can still talk, still understand things the way that they did beforehand. However, they're a baby.
So all you need to do is take your sorcerer, give them a baby Bjorn, drop them to the barbarian. Now you got a frontline caster.
But yeah, we
Baby that can cast magic missile. Like, no.
it was wild. It was like
You're an anime protagonist.
Yeah,
now.
Like
you
it-
just lone wolf and cub this shit.
yeah, it was like each time we rolled, I didn't have a dice roller to blame on. It was me. I did this to myself. Like I just like every time we rolled, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. What?
The odds of that happening are
It was-
staggering.
It was
Because it's
bad.
a 100 roll.
It was bad. It was the same number, and then it would roll the decrease age. I'm like, what? Like I shook the dice. I shook the dice as hard as I could after that first one because I knew there was a chance, and it was like, no.
You gotta put those dice in jail. You gotta get yourself a dice.
I remember those dice. Those dice. I didn't. That D10. Those
Did we
D10s
make
never
boss
came out to
baby?
play. Yeah, it was bad. It was.
I mean, what do you do at that point?
There's nothing you can do. You're just a baby.
Greater
I was a baby.
Greater
No, that
Restoration
stuff that's
can't
like-
fix that.
No, it's like a permanent thing. It's like it's a hard thing. Like, and we were low level, so it was like,
The only thing that can get rid of that is a wish spell.
yeah. That's
I think you're right.
so I re-rolled that character. That
No,
I wasn't even
I'm
mad.
certain.
Yeah.
No, you can look it up, but like
did.
Greater Restoration can't fix.
No, I think it was like you needed something harder than that.
Yeah, you need that's a wish or a miracle.
I think we definitely looked because we were not prepared for that outcome. It's like, what do we do?
I'm thinking like as a GM, how would I play that? Like, you know what? I would have to start a new quest chain for you to earn the favor of Archmage so that he'll fix it, and you would just be a baby.
35 to 36, roll a d10. Your age changes by a number of years equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you get younger. If the roll is even, you get older. It doesn't say anything about it being changed with the Greater Restoration.
Yeah,
spell or...
Greater Restoration can't fix it. It can't.
The thing is, though, I think we took her out of the camp because there was a high point of irony in that, because like in the previous 2 sessions, we found a baby, and my character threw the biggest fit of like, God damn it, we have to take care of this baby. We're supposed to be something. Like, this baby is like weighing us down. Like, I hate this baby, and it's just like, congratulations, you're now this baby's like, adopted sister. Good, have fun.
Does the campaign just become the Mandalorian? Yeah.
Oh
no.
God, if it's just like the most evil baby, like it's like,
I would like to be the baby.
I would like. Oh, I wish that was out, so we could have done that. That was so long ago.
Do you keep the baby? Do you bring him to an orphanage?
Well, this is a person
This is a player character.
No, this was a person that's a full ass adult. Like, you want to fix this, you gotta fix it. You gotta unbaby them.
Take the problem to an old archfey or to a sphinx.
I gotta tell you, Lynn, I've had a show idea for a while where I just want 3 GMs to be on a panel and like for them to get really weird occurrences that have happened in people's campaigns to see how each GM would handle it.
Yeah.
And
How do you handle this?
This is the perfect instance of like, you've got a player who played a wild sorcerer and is now a baby. What is your verdict? How do you run this?
Because usually when people think about the chart, it's like, oh, worst case scenario, I fireball someone. It's like, that's not the worst thing that can happen to you.
And that's what you want to be in real life.
Yeah.
It's great. No,
On
it's
level
fun as
20,
hell. You
I can control which one I get.
Is
Oh,
that
that's
what
true.
happened?
Yeah, you get a certain amount of control over the chart, right? Yeah, you get
Yeah.
like
You can basically roll on the chart with advantage.
That's like, so you have the choice of either being a baby or fireballing right where you're standing. That's still
you're
not
20.
awesome
I mean, you're 20. I mean, you're 20th level. That's fine.
for
it's
you,
good.
but like if you're in a supermarket,
I guess also the thing with Rogue 2 would be at 20 would be freaking great. Like you just roll a lot of explosions. It's great. You know
I mean,
everything.
and that
You're
that's why I'm
you're
picking monk. Like I don't gotta have nothing on me. I don't gotta be ready. I'm just like, oh, somebody shot at me.
people can't
Now
drop you. You can't drop from from a incredibly high height. I'm fine.
I can run on water. I can
You drop me
deliver the
from
hands whenever I need to.
you drop me from space. I'm still fine. It's good.
Monks are so broken.
Monks are like they have like the first few levels are a little rough, but like once you get into like mid tier, it's like this thing is a pain. Gotta kill this thing.
That or a barbarian, because
Oh,
barbarians are also fun.
they're good. Although like your GM will probably most likely if you make a big enough fuss, they'll send a psychic thing after you, and then then things are no good.
Sphinx is over here saying they'd be a druid, and I think that's
good.
That's a good one.
Paladin's
Yeah.
also good.
I don't know about a paladin though. Like in real life,
As long as you're not using it to RP a cop.
ever since you've heard that, that's fucked you up. Which
It
is like
has.
people
It has.
people who play paladins just want to role play a cop. That's not true.
Yenna is not a cop. No. Definitely.
Oh god, I'm still tripping over this baby thing. Like, I mean, I think that would make for an amazing adventure hunt for sure.
I think I would. You know what? That gave me an idea to like a good character that had that thing of like I was something bad in a previous life. It's like,
can you imagine getting fireballed by a baby?
it's like if you're the person that's raising, like, why the hell is that baby looking at me like it wants to kill me? Why is it? Does baby wanna? That baby's trying to speak. That baby's like making like little hand gestures. I think stuff is on fire now.
Boo! What do you?
Oh, this is looking the wild magic sorcerer. Controlled chaos at 14th level, spell bombardment at 18th. No?
But yeah, I have a resistance for like I can't resist. If you give me a demon, I will get in a relationship with it in some reason. It will be bad.
Oh, so here's a question: have you done a PC romance
With a demon? Yes, only with a demon.
Is that the rule?
So we played a pirate game, and like there's an option like, do you want to be like a scary sea witch? I'm like, yes, I do. I want to be a scary sea witch. And like our GM gave me things
that you have to say yes.
yeah, and it was just like, I want to be in love with my demon, and like I want to release it into the world so I can be together with it. And I almost sacrificed my crew to it, like throughout the entire thing, like. So like toward the end, it's like, oh shit, it's happening.
I like how you say I almost sacrificed my crew to it. Like,
it came so close. I'm like, it was second to last session. I'm like, oh no, this was awful. But like, me and the other player talked about this, but well, like my character basically gaslit their character into sacrificing their loved one for vengeance to this demon. I didn't tell them this character, their loved one was gonna die.
You are a chaos monster,
and it was just like, this is the worst. This character is the worst. It's sacrifice. I'm sacrificing someone else's loved one without telling them to release my demon lover. And it's like I'm like, please guys, stop me. Stop this character. Stop this trash fire.
Stop this from happening.
It's like
above the table, just stop.
I do at some point I would love to play a bad guy at some point. That's good
It's so
shit.
much fun. I've gotten the opportunity to do it a few times, and it's so yummy. It's so
Yeah.
yummy coming into a game like I'm just here to make sure everybody has a bad time.
I'm here to cause problems.
Because like my characters are like on the edge. Like characters I love in fiction are like on the edge. Like characters that I love. Katra I love. Harrow from Kingdom. I'm like, I read that book. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Guess which one I like? No.
I like characters that snap, like that come in like hopeful, like, hey, I just want to be a part of the team. I'm so excited to do this. And then like they meet the reality of it. It's just like, well, everybody's gotta pay for it now.
I kind of like I'm there's a weird optimism to me where like I like the opposite. Like I like starting at like rock bottom. This character is a mess. This character is borderline evil and maybe gets a little better. Because if for me, at least for me, it makes me feel better when I'm like, this character's getting slightly better.
You know what? I have a theory, and I just want to throw this out there. I think that the Star Wars youngling scene affected people in different ways, where you were either like, "Oh, that's horrible," or "Oh, that's funny," and I think that that's kind of informed the way a lot of people play their TTRPG characters. Because like the youngling scene where Anakin turns on the lightsaber, and you just see the kid looking like, "Oh no!" Like, I think I want that moment for all my characters.
Master
Like,
Anakin,
It's just
what
like,
are we going to do?
oh, it's like, and then all these little kids turn on the lightsaber and just kick his ass. It's like
there's a sketch somewhere that somebody did where they got a genie, and the genie was just like, "You can only get one wish," and the guy was like, "What the fuck? I thought it was three." He's like, "No, it's only one." And the guy goes, "Fine, that's fine because I only want one thing. I want to cut Revenge of the Sith where there's 30 minutes of the Anakin youngling scene. I want to see what happens when they cut." And the genie goes, "Fine, you can have your three wishes, but we're not doing that." Well, because you know the kids fought back, but it's Anakin fucking Skywalker. He's dusting the little kid.
those kids are that's like this is sometime at the same time just cutting it just like is way worse. It's just like the fuck happened.
I'm sorry. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. I want to see one little kid going, "You know what? Fuck this." Yeah. I think I'm a terrible person.
I'm a monster. I'm also like I'm laughing. I'm also like a terrible monster.
Well, I mean, once you realize that, like, we found out that the reason why Anakin,
Thanks for the raid, y'all.
the little boy looks like that is because he's supposed to look like a young Anakin.
Yeah, well, you know, I want to see little Anakin get dusted by real Anakin.
Welcome in, Raiders. Good to see you.
I mean,
Star Wars,
oh, go ahead.
I figure Star Wars can get away with like incredible amount of violence. It's wild.
Like, there's the scene where like the senator is like driving up and he's just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the stormtroopers are just like, "Mind your business." And this little kid comes out and
Just
he's
like,
dusting the stormtroopers for a second.
And then he
It
just
gets lit up.
No, there was like in the Clone Wars, I distinctly remember like Ahsoka like is with the Mandalorians. She spins around and beheads four of them. Like, those are people.
Yeah. Ahsoka does some bad shit in the Clone Wars.
I'm like, those were people. They made a noise when they got it. Like,
yes.
Wait. I confession time. I've not watched any of the Clone Wars.
Oh, it's very good. Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
She beheads four people at once with a lightsaber. That's all I've wanted in my life.
Mandalorian just like in a circle, just spin all at once. It's rad.
This one
And these aren't
and terrifying.
Wait, what do you mean they're not clones?
Well, I mean, because these are actual like Mandalorians, like people from Mandalore.
They should have had Beskar.
They did, except right here.
They don't have it on the neck.
She had to be accurate as fuck with it. Look, because I have not watched any of the Clone Wars, I don't know much about Ahsoka other than that Anakin was her teacher, and I'm starting to discover because of the Disney Plus shows that apparently Ahsoka is dope as shit.
Yeah.
True.
All the stuff in like so much stuff from like the TV stuff is directly from Clone Wars. It's like it's incredible how much of that stuff is in there. Like you have to watch that stuff. Like, or some of the characters just like, who is that? It's like, oh my god, the characters.
I started having a panic attack at like the end of the one episode of Book of Boba Fett, and
Yeah.
I had no idea why.
Yeah, because I think I was like, oh, that. Oh no. And then my person like that person's dead. I'm like, I'm sorry, like, that person's coming. That person's dead.
I'm starting to learn that Dave Filoni fixed the prequels by having this really elaborate cartoon that added so much more than we saw from the original movies.
Yeah.
And now he's fixing like the later sequels by bringing all that stuff in.
Yeah.
Correct.
That guy, no, that stuff played a hideous trick on me. It's like I watched the Clone Wars. I'm like, you know what? Some of the ideas and stuff are really good. I'm gonna go watch Revenge of the Sith again. I'm like, nope, still like that. Still like that.
Oh man, Star Wars lost me with the new trilogy.
Star Wars, like it's like with a lot of the things that like I love it and I hate it at the same time. It's about equal. Things.
I do like Ahsoka though. She does seem pretty badass. So
She's real rad.
So I'm gonna have to check out these goddamn cartoons.
Yeah, the worst thing about sci-fi stuff for like last couple of years, it's like I love sci-fi. I love all that stuff. It's like the horribilization with like half the people that like this stuff are horrible fascists. It's like, oh no.
It's like they're missing the fucking point.
I'm like, oh no. I hate like most of you. Yeah.
I completely miss the point because they say cool space battles.
Cool space battles.
Like Darth Vader is the bad guy. I think people need to remind some of the fans of that. Like Darth Vader is not supposed to be who you are.
Cool black suit of armor.
Yeah.
Well, fucking Luke has a cool black suit. Why not be Luke? Why not be deep fake weird CGI face Luke?
It's like, I mean, it's the same thing with like the Gundam stuff. It's like, I love this stuff. If I see you like in like the with logos of like either side, I am concerned. It's like none of those sides are good, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That stuff's bad.
I watched a little bit of Gundam Wing recently, and oh man, did that not age well. They are mad misogynist to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
The funniest thing is like I saw a tweet where like Bezos like wanted like we want these cylinders, these giant space stations in space, and we want people like please don't. Gundam is a cautionary tale. Please don't make this real. It's bad. It's like
I didn't know how expansive the Gundam lore was. I didn't know that a bunch of them were all connected story-wise.
Really, yeah. It is like it has the exact same issues that Star Wars does. It's just like it's a different thing. Same issues.
Cool robots fighting in space.
Yeah, cool robot.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do want a Gundam. Like if
I hate the the military machine. That robot's cool. I would not turn down a chance to pilot the robot.
I mean, like that's the thing though. Like if Iron Man suits were ever real, they would be property of the United States government, and I hate that. I don't want racist is Iron Man suits. It's scary.
Exactly. Yes.
But I want an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
It would have to be big around the stomach, but I want it.
I mean, yeah, I want to have a like mechs are bad, but mechs are cool. And I want like a mech.
Do you ever think Tony Stark ever got too fat for one of his suits?
No, you would have to like,
nugget?
or they just squeezed him.
I think that Spanx do a lot of work.
Yeah, but you gonna be in Spanx in a metal suit for like that whole. Like, I mean, one thing is for sure, he's certainly not claustrophobic because
it's like you put me. I think that's the thing you put me is like get me out.
Thank you, Bo. It was a Baymax.
Yeah.
What was the Bayback situation?
Trying to fit into the suit of
Oh
armor.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it?
Because like I was thinking about that. Like if I had an Iron Man suit, I'd probably way out of it like within a week.
Like you have to like it's like you're stuck. You're basically stuck in a certain shape. Like
It's like
you
you're
can't
in a
like
metal
either way
coffin.
you can't.
I'm like,
This is why you sit in a mech. You don't have to worry about that stuff.
yeah, it's nice and comfortable.
Yeah,
Like,
I would. Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna tell you no? You're in a giant fucking.
You can have a cup holder for your drink.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have an apartment in a Gundam, I'd be the happiest cat on the planet.
There used to be those things, those was it the Baltech centers? I've never been as happy as my entire goddamn life as when like you have to be because they put you in like it's like the old like Mech Warrior games, but they put you in a cockpit and you get like the buttons and shit. It was great. You got the rumble, you got the like big noise. You got like the 360 degree like or the 180 of screens, and it was. I wish those things existed. Those things were so cool.
I know there's this guy on YouTube that builds like everything with cardboard, and he made himself a Gundam cockpit. And I'm like, if I had the money and the time and the space, I'd do that.
Yeah.
I had a welder let my suit out a bit. I still have my old Iron Man suits from when I go back down inside. Like, you know how much work that is just because you love tacos and chicken nuggets? So, like, damn, I can't save the world today. I went to the old country buffet the other day, and now the suit. Oh, God. Like, now that I think about it, who has the worst superpower? Like, if you like really thought about the logistics of it.
I'd say a good portion of them are mutants. Mutants have real bad powers.
Yeah, like
there's some real garbage out there.
Like Rogue's power would be the worst.
It'd be bad.
Bump into somebody,
it
on
would
accident,
be.
Nah,
Yeah.
Weak ass memory. I don't want that.
Yeah, but is it as bad as having two like your stomach actually being external and being two like little maggot things?
Yeah.
That was like. There's
a
bunch of X-Men.
Power that grossed me out was Marrow with the whole shooting bones.
Oh yeah, that one's like it's like that's still putting bone. Oh,
it's it feel good.
That's why I wouldn't want to be Wolverine because that shit hurts. It's like I want to like I'm gonna punch someone. I'm not gonna put the claws out.
His wrist.
Like you have to have it shit to like. It's like at some point it's like I don't want to put the claw. I still have a metal hand. I'm gonna still punch someone. I just don't want to do the claw thing.
I can't do it.
I mean, I'd much rather be Colossus than Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like my skin is fucking metal and shit. Hell yeah. I mean, nobody has a better power set than Superman. Like I genuinely believe that. Like he's got the best power. He can't be bothered.
Yeah, you can't be.
I mean,
there was a thing in X-Men where like they show like Wolverine at a barbecue and he's cutting the thing with his like everyone else's food with his claws. Like that's gross.
Yeah, that's unsanitary.
Fucking gross, Wolverine.
You washing that thing? That's not food safe.
Those were inside you.
Those are
sanitizing those things first.
But yes, Superman's a good one because there's not a lot of downside. There's no like you're vulnerable to a rock. You're vulnerable to radiation, which you know what? Guess what? A lot of people are.
Exactly, and like. Even if somebody has kryptonite, I can fly 500 feet up into the air and use my supervision and my heat vision to just drone strike you with my eye.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? Lex Luthor died because he had kryptonite. It's like, that's not good for him either. It's like, Superman, you can fly. You can fly, and like you can super sight and like X-ray or like laser vision. It's like
I want to fly in orbit and just drone strike people with my heat vision. Like, call it a day.
Oh, you are right to be angry.
Oh, what about Darwin? And,
Yeah.
That was like
Useless.
the hell.
and you know what's really fucked up? Here's the thing that's really fucked up about that whole first class Darwin situation. Darwin is not a black character in the comic.
They just made him
They made him black and gave him unkillable powers so that they could kill.
He died. So even though, what was it? Energy Hula Hoop Man lived.
Oh, Havoc! Oh my god!
It's like, this is the one you kept around. It's like, how are you gonna use this? It looks like a hula hoop.
They kept Pixie around. Her powers is that she has wings and can fly, like everybody else. How? I'm energy hula hoop man. That's Havoc too, man.
Although I can't, I can't talk because like my favorite X-Men character is Jubilee, and that's not a great power.
So I love Jubilee.
I love
because
she's
Jubilee. People didn't know what to do with Jubilee, and then somebody was just like, "Give me the character." And then they gave the character to this writer, and now Jubilee is this badass vampire and uses her fireworks in the most just like fucked up ways I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's still fireworks. Fireworks suck up close if you're near them. They still.
He puts them in your eyes now.
Yeah.
Like, congratulations, you can't see things. And also, I'm gonna suck your blood because Dracula bit me. like, there's like, Jubilee has like the fucking Gambit eyes now, and it's so cool. And speaking of another person who has sick ass powers, Gambit.
Gambit has powers.
Gambit has good powers.
I love that it's canon that Gambit should be the strongest mutant in existence, but he's just too chill to do it.
Correct.
Everything's a terrifying explosion, and that's.
But speaking of people who are not chill.
Oh.
Okay. Look at the professional over here.
Ooh.
No, don't do this segue and look at me to finish it.
Speaking of people who are decidedly not chill and who take things entirely the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Let's talk a little bit about that guy. That guy, for those of you who are uninformed or not aware, is a black hole of fun at your table. Someone who, if they were put on a rocket and shot directly into the sun, your enjoyment at the table would increase exponentially. So, Lynn, tell us, have you had an experience that?
I haven't had any, like, I've thankfully been fairly like insulated from that thing because I played with like either friends or like people that have been like, gone through with like been vetted by something, but I've had a few nothing as bad as the biter. The biter terrifies me to this day. Like I hear about that when it's like
the biter gaslighter.
The biter gaslighter.
I'm like, oh my god, I nothing. That's still, it boggles my mind. But
I love everybody's reaction to the biter gaslighter.
Everyone has the same face every time.
It's like what the fuck. But mine is like the backseating player, just like that is the easiest way to like just get me to like not chill at all. It's like I have snapped at people that have done that. Like I don't like, it's like I'm here to, if I'm gonna make my choices, I'm here to make my choices.
Person who knows your character sheet better than you do.
Yeah.
You're not playing optimally.
There's a better spell for this situation, and I'm going to make sure that everyone at the table knows it.
Yeah. I will say there was one experience where I went to a con, and the GM asked, okay, ask me if like anything makes you uncomfortable or something like that. I'm not gonna do any like, you know, stuff. And then like to a character that had a halfling made a like you're at the right size for a, you know, BJ thing. I'm like, this is doing a negotiation. We're like, okay, I thought we weren't gonna do this, my friend.
It's always at a con.
And it's like it was at the first like half an hour of a 4-hour game, so it's just like we're just like,
well, now I know that I have somewhere else that I can be.
it's just like, all right. I'm just like, I thought you knew the rules. Yeah.
Why? Like, I just why? Like, look, I get being a little saucy at the table, but you got to be able to read the rules.
Yeah, I think he knew exactly the line because I think the look everybody's like, it's like, I don't think I can. The look everybody gave it, it's like horror and just like anger, just like see.
You don't do that, buddy. You don't do that. God. Okay. Well.
That was the only. Thankfully, that was the only one thing. Thankfully, most of like pretty much the streaming stuff has been uniformly good. Just that one thing. Once you get into convention play, sometimes it gets out of control. Sometimes I don't know what it's about con games. Sometimes.
I'm trying. Have you encountered any bad guys? This is a good one. Like
that is a good one. That's like
one.
the non sequitur. That guy. That doesn't tell me the actual story, but I was holding confidence. So I can't actually.
Okay. I got a bad guy. I've got to be clever about how I present this. Bear with me. I've got a bad guy who it's two parts to this, so bear with me. I've got a bad guy who forcefully implies a history with your character without bringing you in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, remember we did this thing and we're besties? And you're like, well, I guess that's how it is now. And then I've got a different bad guy, which I call the well, I don't have a name for it, but I'm gonna call it the shtick stealer, which is like, you know, like everybody's character has like their own shtick, and like they'll either neg it or hop on to it, and those are my two bad guys.
Those are, yeah.
It's really like, okay, so you're just gonna take the bit and run it into the ground, so that it's no longer fun for me to do it any longer.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Or it's the I'm going to take your bit, completely reject it, and substitute my own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
less funny bit.
That can throw you off like real hard.
Yeah, it's just like,
real hard. Yeah.
Like, always remember, kids, TTRPG is yes and. Not no, but mine.
It's a group. Yeah, it's a group thing. It's like, be gracious, everybody.
Oh man.
I think the first one sounds like the revisionist historian, or the self-insert historian.
You
need a better name for it.
I'm gonna call it the remember member. Remember when we did this thing that we didn't discuss about our character relationships, and now I'm leaving you in this awkward situation of having to agree with me
I'm having to
at
go
the
It's-
table.
Was it a character that like that your character just had a negative like just didn't like? Was it one of those things?
Well, it was like I was playing an isolationist type of character, like like
Mhm.
a hermit.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
just like, I spent my entire life just kind of in the forest doing my foresting stuff. That's a big part of my character. And the first time I meet this guy, it's just like, hey, remember that adventure that we were on together? And it's just like,
Oh.
oh, I
Mhm.
just said that I stayed in the forest and I never go anywhere. But I guess I did go somewhere with your character that I don't remember because we didn't agree to this. You just
Yeah.
kind of flipped this in my lap.
Yeah.
So
Let's
Oh,
roll
that's
with it, I
tough.
guess.
Yeah, it's like okay.
that's the remember member.
Oh,
It
those
is
are like
spooky because it's just like what else can I say about my backstory? Because
yeah,
apparently I don't even know my backstory.
it's like
anymore.
apparently I'm a social butterfly, and it's
Yeah,
like oh,
I
cool.
I left the forest at some point.
Thank you for revising my history for me.
Yeah. Oh
I
boy.
guess my backstory wasn't good enough for you.
Ooh. Ooh. God,
Don't
the
be a
cat.
remember member.
Yeah. God, the catalog of like that guy's is like oh
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger every
yeah. Oh.
We really gotta write these down. He just come out with this book of that guy.
Ooh.
the tome of that guy's.
Tome of that guy.
Your backstory is lame. I have a better one for you. Essentially. Yeah, remember that heist we went on?
What?
I play a priest.
Remember when you massacred that village? Like no,
No.
no.
You know what? Now that I think about it, though, this is that guy that is far more common than I like when I first started talking about it. I was talking about this one instance. I have had multiple instances of someone doing this to me.
It's not.
Mhm.
It might be where they all, like about this tone, this pallor, this complexion.
Happy Black History Month, everybody.
I don't know that there's gonna be a better way for us to top that.
Well, in that case, was there any other questions that you wanted to ask our guest?
I don't know that I can top that. I don't know that anything I ask can bring us back from this. I think this is it.
That case, this has been another episode of Morning Ritual, everybody. I've been your host Noir. You can find me all over the internet as TTRPGs. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. If you want to know what I'm up to, check out my Twitter. Tomorrow I'll be behind the scenes of Rivals Waterdeep as their producer. They're on their 12th season. It's a really big deal. You should come support us. For everything else that I'm doing, just check out my Twitter. Here's your second host.
Hi, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere online, Anita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about space. Short cats right now because I'm my bird. You want to know where I am? Again, just Twitter. I'll usually repeat it. But that's it for me. We've got a new season starting up fairly soon. We have 2 new games that are starting. One run by Pope World Build, the other one run by the fantastic Harpersona Games. And if you want to sign up, we are still doing like a little bit of last minute casting, and we'll be starting our session zeros next week. So we've got a tweet out that has a sign up sheet. So feel free to sign up for games if you want to play games with folks. That has been me, and I'll throw it over to our amazing guest.
Thanks. Hey, I'm Lynn, GremLynnArt, pretty much ever, Twitter, Twitch, where you can see my art and commission that sort of thing. And you can catch me next week on Monday with these two for Be Prepared on Kobold Press. And on Tuesday on the amphitheater for Yualia, Red Ball Adventure, and Nor here for a spy game, for a hex crawl spy game where we try to hopefully kill an unkillable
I will
monster?
see him dead. Sorry.
We gotta figure out what the heck they left, what booby trap they left for y'all next time. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not scared for you. I'm scared for a 3 now. That's what's happening.
I'm not scared for me because they won't kill me. They'll just make me mad.
Yeah.
And yeah, catch them on the spy game. It's super cool, y'all. Do that thing. If you click on
All right, so we are going to go ahead and prepare ourselves to raid our friends over at why is your thing weird like this?
No.
Sorry. We're gonna go raid Pleasantly Twisted. Look,
No, I was
there's
gonna say-
something-
no,
you see what happens when we're in person? We're just gonna keep fighting. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and raid Pleasantly Twisted. Thank you so much, Lynn, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to killing the Terminator with you because he must die.
Mhm.
But until then, that's your line. You do the
The
thing.
ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.
Bye.